Welcome back to the place where style meets confidence and elegance knows no age limit. Today we are diving deep into a topic that is crucial for every woman who wants to look her absolute best as we approach a new year. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt that despite your best efforts with makeup and skincare, your overall look still feels tired or perhaps a bit dated? The culprit might actually be your hairstyle. Hair is our crowning glory, but as we mature, our hair texture changes, and the styles that worked for us in our 30s or 40s might actually be working against us now. Experts agree that holding on to outdated hair trends is one of the fastest ways to age your appearance unintentionally. But do not worry, because we are not just here to tell you what not to do. We are here to guide you toward the most rejuvenating and flattering alternatives that will instantly lift your features and bring back that youthful glow. In this video, we are revealing the 5 specific hair trends you must leave behind in 2025 to ensure you look fresh and modern in 2026. We will discuss why certain cuts and colors drag the face down and exactly what you should ask your stylist for instead. From the dangers of stiff hairspray to the misconception about dark hair dye, we are covering it all with professional advice tailored specifically for women over 50. So get comfortable and let us transform your look together, because you deserve to feel vibrant and beautiful every single day. Let us know in the comments which hair struggle you face the most, and let us get started with the first trend to avoid. The first trend that we strongly recommend leaving behind is the overly stiff and immobile hairstyle, often referred to as helmet hair. For decades, many women believed that once a hairstyle was set, it should not move a single inch throughout the day. This led to the excessive use of heavy lacquers and strong hold hairsprays that essentially glued the hair into a solid shape. While this might keep every strand in place, it creates a very unnatural and dated appearance that instantly adds years to your look. When hair does not move, it lacks vitality and life. Think about the characteristics of youth, which are flexibility and bounce and movement. When your hair is frozen in a stiff shell, it creates a harsh frame around your face, which can emphasize fine lines and wrinkles rather than softening them. Furthermore, the texture of stiff hair is often dry and crunchy to the touch, which takes away from the elegance and femininity that we want to project. Experts suggest that in 2026, the focus is entirely on touchable soft hair that moves with you. Instead of using heavy hairsprays that create a shell look, for flexible hold texturizing sprays or light mists that control frizz without sacrificing movement. You want the wind to be able to blow through your hair and for it to settle back naturally. If you have been using the same hairspray for 10 years, it is time to upgrade to modern formulas that contain conditioning agents. When styling, aim for soft waves or a blowout that looks effortless, rather than a style that looks like it took hours of sculpting. This softness blurs the edges of the face and creates a halo of health around you. Imagine walking into a room and having your hair bounce slightly with your steps, conveying energy and approachability. That is the power of movement. If you are worried about volume falling flat throughout the day, rely on root-lifting products applied to damp hair before blow-drying, rather than cementing the finished look with spray. We encourage you to run your fingers through your hair, and if you get stuck, that is a sign to change your routine. Soft hair is synonymous with youth, and by embracing movement, you are telling the world that you are adaptable, modern, and full of life. The second trend that creates a significant aging effect is coloring your hair a single uniform dark shade, especially jet black or very dark brown. It is a common instinct to want to cover gray hair completely, and many women feel that returning to their natural dark color from their 20s is the best way to look youthful. However, styling experts warn that as we age, our skin tone changes, often becoming paler or more translucent, and we lose pigment in our face. Placing a solid block of dark, harsh color next to mature skin creates a severe contrast that drains the complexion of its natural warmth. This high contrast acts like a spotlight on every imperfection, making dark circles under the eyes, pigmentation, and wrinkles appear much more pronounced. Additionally, one-dimensional dark hair creates the dreaded shoe polish effect, which lacks the natural highs and lows of healthy hair. Another major issue with solid dark colors is the regrowth line. When your natural gray roots start to show against a pitch black dye, the contrast is stark and creates the illusion of thinning hair or bald spots along the part line, which is something we definitely want to avoid. The modern solution for 2026 is to embrace multi-dimensional color with face framing highlights or a technique known as balayage. You do not have to go blonde if you prefer being a brunette, but you should ask your colorist to weave in lighter tones that are 1 or 2 shades lighter than your base color. These lighter pieces should be placed strategically around the face to act as a ring light, brightening your complexion and adding a soft glow. Think of warm caramel honey or soft chocolate tones that add depth and richness to the hair. This dimension mimics the way light naturally hits youthful hair, making it look thicker and more voluminous. It also makes the regrowth much softer and less noticeable, allowing you to go longer between salon visits. Experts recommend staying within 2 shades of your natural color, but adding that crucial dimension to break up the heaviness. By softening your hair color, you soften your features. It creates a harmonious balance between your hair and skin rather than a battle for attention. If you have been dyeing your hair black at home, specifically using box dyes, we highly suggest consulting a professional to gently lift that color and introduce some warmth. The goal is to look expensive and radiant, not harsh and washed out. Remember that lighter and warmer tones generally reflect light, while dark matte colors absorb it, so let your hair be a source of light for your face. Moving on to the third trend that we need to reconsider, which is the heavy, blunt cut that lacks any layering or texture. While a blunt bob can be chic on a 20-year-old on a mature woman, a one-length cut often creates a triangular shape that drags the face downward. Gravity is unfortunately a reality of aging, causing our facial features to droop slightly over time. When you have a heavy curtain of hair hanging straight down on either side of your face, it visually reinforces this downward pull, making jowls and sagging skin more obvious. Additionally, as we age, our hair tends to thin out and lose volume. A blunt cut can sometimes make the hair look heavier at the bottom and flat at the roots, creating a pyramid effect that is not flattering for most face shapes. The weight of the hair pulls everything down, leaving no room for lift or bounce at the crown where we need it most. The solution to leave behind the heavy look is to incorporate soft face framing layers, or what stylists call invisible layers. In 2026, we are seeing a shift towards cuts like the lob, which is a long bob, or the bixie, which is a mix between a bob and a pixie, but with plenty of texture. Layers are magical because they remove excess weight from the ends of the hair, allowing the roots to lift naturally. This creates volume and movement that draws the eye upward, giving a visual facelift effect. Ask your stylist to cut layers that start around your cheekbones or chin to accentuate your best features. These shorter pieces can be swept back to open up the face or styled forward to softly camouflage the jawline. It is all about customization. A textured cut allows for a more modern, effortless style that does not require perfect precision to look good. Think of the difference between a heavy velvet curtain blocking the window versus a light, breezy sheer curtain that lets the light in. You want your hair to be the breezy curtain. If you have fine hair, do not worry, layers can actually make fine hair look thicker by creating dimension and shape. However, be careful not to overlayer, as too many layers can make the ends look wispy. The key is balance. A soft layered cut gives you versatility, allowing you to wear it messy and textured for a casual look, or smooth and blown out for an elegant evening style. By removing the heavy corners of a blunt cut, you effectively lift the visual weight of your hair, which in turn lifts your entire appearance, giving you a fresher and more energetic vibe. The fourth trend is one that many of us fell in love with in the early 2000s, and that is the pin straight flat ironed look. While sleek hair can be elegant, there is a difference between smooth hair and hair that has been ironed so flat it sticks to the scalp. As we age, our face naturally loses some of its subcutaneous fat, which can make our features look sharper or more angular. Extremely straight hair accentuates these vertical lines and can make the face appear longer and more drawn. It highlights any sagging in the cheeks and jawline because there is no volume to balance it out. Furthermore, the process of aggressive flat ironing damages the hair cuticle, stripping it of moisture and shine, which is particularly harmful for aging hair that is already prone to dryness. The extreme heat can cause breakage and make the texture look frizzy and fried rather than sleek. The trend to embrace for 2026 is the voluminous blowout or soft waves. Volume is practically synonymous with youth. We want to create lift at the root and a soft bend at the ends. You do not need a complicated routine to achieve this. Simply switching from a flat iron to a round brush and a blow dryer can make a world of difference. Or, try using large Velcro rollers on the top section of your hair while you do your makeup. When you take them out, you will have instant lift and a soft curve that frames the face beautifully. This silhouette, which is wider at the top and tapers, gently helps to balance out the face shape, making it look more heart-shaped and lifted. The goal is to create a C shape with your hair where it curves in towards the jawline or flips out slightly rather than hanging like straight sticks. This softness is incredibly forgiving and flattering. If you must use heat tools, consider a large barrel curling iron to add loose bends instead of straightening everything out. We want to see bounce and airiness in the hair. Think of the supermodels of the 90s with their luxurious full hair that looked healthy and vibrant. That is the aesthetic making a huge comeback. By abandoning the stick-straight look, you are not only saving your hair from heat damage, but you are also adding a softness that complements your changing features. Let your hair take up space. Let it be fluffy and full. This projects confidence and vitality, whereas flat hair can often signal fatigue or thinning. Embrace the volume and watch how it transforms your entire profile. The final trend to leave in the past is the severe tight ponytail or bun that pulls every single hair back from the face with tension. While this style is often marketed as an instant facelift, because it pulls the skin taut, the reality is often quite different. A severe pullback exposes the entire perimeter of the face, highlighting a receding hairline, thinning temples, and ear shape, which are areas many women are self-conscious about. The tension from these tight styles can also lead to a condition called traction alopecia, which causes permanent hair loss along the hairline, further exacerbating the problem of thinning hair. Moreover, having no hair framing the face can make the head look smaller and the body look wider, disrupting your overall proportions. It puts all the focus on the skin texture and any asymmetry in the face without the softening influence of hair. Instead of scrapping your hair back tightly in 2026, we recommend opting for soft romantic updos or low buns with intentional wispy pieces left out. If you need to tie your hair back for convenience, do it loosely. Use a silk scrunchie instead of a tight elastic band to prevent breakage. When you pull your hair back, gently tug at the hair at the crown to create a little height and volume so it does not look plastered to your skull. Then, most importantly, pull out a few tendrils of hair around the temples, in front of the ears, and at the nape of the neck. These wispy pieces act as a veil, softening the jawline and neck and adding a touch of femininity and romance to the look. This is often called the messy bun aesthetic, but for mature women we call it the effortless chic look. It suggests that you are relaxed and comfortable in your skin. You can even use a large curling iron to add a slight bend to those loose pieces so they frame the cheekbones perfectly. This style works for everything from running errands to attending a formal wedding. It is practical but polished. By softening the perimeter of your hairstyle, you invite people to look at your eyes and smile rather than focusing on the outline of your face. It is a small adjustment that makes a massive impact on how youthful and approachable you appear. So put down the fine tooth comb and the heavy gel and let your hair breathe a little. A little bit of organized chaos in your updo is far more flattering than rigid perfection. Thank you so much for joining us today on this journey to rediscovering your best hair. We hope these tips have inspired you to look at your hairstyle with fresh eyes, and maybe even book that appointment with your stylist to try something new for 2026. Remember, leaving these trends behind is not about following strict rules. It is about understanding what enhances your natural beauty as it evolves. You have earned every year of your life, and your hair should celebrate that with softness, volume, and light. Whether you decide to add some face framing layers, switch to a dimensional color, or simply soften your daily updo, the most important thing is that you feel confident and beautiful when you walk out the door. Fashion and beauty are tools for you to express yourself, so use them to show the world your most vibrant self. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might appreciate these tips. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more expert advice on fashion, beauty, and elegance for women over 50. We have so many more exciting topics coming up that you will not want to miss. Until next time, stay stylish, stay confident, and love the hair you are in.